Matthew chapter 21 verses 18 to 22. Early in the morning, as Jesus was on his way back to the city, he was hungry. Seeing a fig tree by the road, he went up to it, but found nothing on it except leaves. Then he said to it, "May you never bear fruit again." Immediately the tree withered. When the disciples saw this, they were amazed. "How did the fig tree wither so quickly?" they asked. Jesus replied, "Truly I tell you, if you have faith and do not doubt, not only can you do what was done to the fig tree, but also you can say this to the mountain, 'Go throw yourself into the sea,' and it will be done. If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer."
Okay, come on, let's be honest. How many people have come across this passage of scripture and been a little bit confused? Why is Jesus cursing a fig tree? What's this fig tree done wrong? Is Jesus angry? Is he really angry with a tree? And all of these, well, they're really, really good questions to be asking. Did you know that this is the only time when Jesus performs a miracle which is a curse or a slight? All other miracles are performed to mend, to correct, or to right something. But Jesus is not just zapping a poor fig tree for no reason here. He isn't angry. He's not grumpy. He's not sitting there, getting angry with a fig tree for not producing figs. Now you see, this is what theologian Ben Witherington III, great name, this is what he calls an enacted parable. It's a miracle. We know it's a miracle. I can't just go up to a tree and cause it to stop being fruitful. But this is an enacted parable. It's an action with a deeper meaning. And again, here, if you look at the reaction of the disciples, yet again, they get it all wrong. They ask the wrong question. They're all worried about how Jesus did this. It says so in verse 20. But Jesus has been doing miracles for some time. Amazing signs and wonders. He's walked on water. He's healed the unhealable, the uncurable. He's fed thousands of people with a packed lunch. Why are the disciples still asking how Jesus does some of the things he does? What's the better question? Why? Why? That is the real question here. Why? Well, again, Jesus has just cleansed the temple. It was now filled with the worship of children. But there was an aspect of judgment on what was going on in the temple. And here Jesus is making a judgment again. But not just on the temple, not even on this poor fig tree. This fig tree is an analogy for something else, for something bigger. This fig tree is thought to represent Jerusalem. And so, by using the fig tree as an analogy, as a parable, Jesus makes his judgment on Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a fruitless, faithless place. And like the fig tree, it will wither. As a church, this year we are looking at what it means to be fruitful, to bear fruit, to have good roots and to bear fruit. And maybe we have something to hear from this passage. There's an encouragement for us as well. It's not just a passage about judgment. There's encouragement for the faithful. There's encouragement for the disciples. It says, when they ask, how will you do it? Jesus says, you'll do greater things than these, not just the power to will to tree, but more than that. With the faith required, Jesus says that we can cast mountains into the sea with our voice. And that's the sort of thing that only God does, really. Back in Genesis 1, he commands with his voice and creation obeys. with Jesus right in front of the disciples here, performing miracles before their eyes, with Yahweh in their mind from that mountain reference, the Genesis scenes being reenacted, will the disciples be the faithful people that Jerusalem here has been judged not to be? Will the disciples be faithful? Will we?